All right, I am excited to do this. I have another championship transformation with this client who just crushed her last 6 weeks with us, and I'm going to let her tell her story. What is your name?
I'm Hannah Cho.
Awesome, Hannah. And how old are you, Hannah?
I'm 32.
32. And what do you do for work?
I'm a teacher.
Teacher. Okay, so you finished this challenge throughout the summer, so it sounds like you had some time to do this.
Yes, so I actually did this after school was over. So I started at the beginning of July. And part of the reason why I decided to do it during the summer is because during the school year, I just found myself not having much energy, like especially after school, like I would have no energy left by the end of the day. And I wouldn't want to do anything. So like knowing this would be a challenge for me, I decided to do it over the summer, and that was a great decision, I gotta say. Yeah.
We'll talk about those results in a second, but I want to
Sure.
talk about life before joining us. You already talked about like feeling too tired, feeling sluggish after school.
Mhm.
How long did you struggle with this for?
A very long time, really ever since I started work, which has been about 10 years. And I think I told you this before, but I don't like to exercise at all. I just don't enjoy exercising. And so I didn't exercise at all, like on a regular basis. The only thing I would do is, I would either go for a walk or go on a stationary bike, maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. So yeah, that's not enough. But
So you're saying you
um,
did this 10 years in sedentary lifestyle. How did it kind of affect you? Let's talk physically, like weight wise, body fat, how you felt.
well, first of all, I gotta say I felt great. It just made me realize that human bodies are made to move. That's what I felt, because I felt more energetic. I've been feeling more energetic for the past 6 weeks, and it's been great. And I feel like there has been that positive change, and I feel it in my body.
Good. What were numbers like before doing the challenge? Like where were you at? Weight, body fat?
So in terms of weight, I believe I was at 115. And after the challenge, I'm down to about 110. So that's about 5 pounds. In terms of body fat, I didn't quite reach my goal. So I started at 33%, like 33, I have it down to 33.1. And after the challenge, I'm down to 28.1. So again, that's about 5%. My original goal was to go down 6, but I'm fairly close to the goal. So I gotta say I'm quite proud of myself. And yeah, like I actually had my belly was sticking out before the challenge, and that has gone down a little bit, which is great. And I don't know why, but when you like first look at me, you wouldn't think that I'm like overweight or anything. It's just my belly that sticks out. And I don't know if that has to do with the food I'm eating or I had been eating. And this is the funny thing. So after the 6 weeks, or sorry, for the past couple of weeks, so towards the end of my challenge, I've been a little um lenient, and I started having, like some pizza and burgers here and there and some fries. And I noticed my belly just like, protruding again. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize how my body could go back to, the way it was before the challenge, and how quickly it reverts back.
Yeah.
So that's something I learned.
Very cool learnings. But I gotta say, like in terms of your results, like your starting weight, it wasn't very heavy to start with.
Right.
And body fat maybe a little bit higher and that's probably why your stomach stuck out a little bit. But being able to drop for you like close to 4 pounds and 5% body fat, just like it reshaped and recompositioned your body, it sounds like.
For sure.
Which is really cool. You already talked about it a little bit earlier. Like physically, you saw the numbers change, but energy levels, how is that
Mhm.
now?
So I definitely have more energy. Maybe part of that is because I don't have work because of the summer. But I will, sorry, let me just put
It's
this
all
up.
good.
Yeah. So maybe it's different because it's the summertime. I would have a better idea starting in September in terms of what my energy level is like. But for now, I gotta say, I definitely do feel a lot better. I have more energy, like both in terms of like my physical energy and my mental energy. So it's great. And I feel like I'm able to get more things done. And now that I am in this, or I'm doing this on a regular basis. So
Good.
it's been very helpful.
Love it. So energy has improved, but we're going to put it to the test once you go back in the school year.
Yes, yes. That's my real test.
Yes, yes, yes. So you already talked about like what you learned as well. I usually ask this about nutrition, how quickly like your body reacts, and it sounds like you may be more susceptible to bloat than most people because that's usually what ends up happening if your stomach sticks out because you eat the food that you shouldn't be. But
Mhm.
was there anything else that you learned from the meal plan? Besides like it's very easily I can slip back to where my old habits were.
Well, one thing, like it's a little like minor thing, but I didn't actually realize that tomatoes were part of the fruit group. And once Coach Mark said that I can't have tomatoes pre-dinner, I was like, why? And then I realized it counts towards carbs. And that just made me more aware of what group each food belongs to. Because there's some food that you think belongs to one certain group and it doesn't, it belongs to another group. So that's something I didn't know about. And another thing that I would say is that, like, for speaking for myself, like personally, I actually don't need to have any carbs for dinner because that's part of my meal plan. And I'm fine without having carbs at dinner, and it's actually better that way. Because I realized I had been eating more calories or more food than I'm supposed to or that my body needs. So that's one thing I definitely learned with
Love
the
it.
meal plan and the nutrition.
Two things: tomatoes are fruits, and number two, carbs at dinner time. We can live without it because you know if you're in an Asian household like I am and you are, it sounds like rice is a staple and carbs is a
Yep.
staple at nighttime, which we realize we don't need it. It actually helps you rest better, so it could help with your energy levels.
Mm, okay.
I'm interested in this question because you told me earlier you weren't a person that liked to work out. You've worked out with us now for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What it obviously there might be, I don't know, do you still not like it? Do you like it now? Like where are you at with that?
Okay. So for me, I think the only way for me to exercise on a regular basis is to take classes. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I used to do kendo back in high school, so like about 15 years ago. Did that for about a year or two, then I stopped. Another thing I tried was bar classes. Again, like going somewhere, attending classes. And recently, I just finished my Pilates classes. So I was doing that for about 3, 4 months. And I enjoy it when I do it, but there's that motivation piece that I don't have. So what I mean by that is I'm not the person to go to the gym because I find it very boring. And I also need a buddy, like somebody or some kind of group, like a community that will help me feel motivated. So for me, Five Fitness it's a great match because there's that sense of community and everyone's very friendly. And I enjoy all the classes and it's been very fun, which is like another uh, reason why I keep going because I like it.
Yeah.
Like, so let's say the classes weren't fun, then obviously I wouldn't continue. But because I enjoy them and I have a few friends now, it's great because we keep each other in check.
Love it. Love it. So not liking it, it's you lack the motivation to go, but once you're there, it's still fun and enjoyable.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love it. Last question for you. It's a two-part question. Number
Mhm.
one, was there any skepticism that you had about joining the challenge in terms of what results you would see? And two, what would you say to someone who's sitting in the same exact position as you to convince them to do it?
Okay. So before I joined Five Fitness, I did read many reviews that you guys had. And sure, I was skeptical, I'll be honest, because I was thinking, oh, how is someone able to do this in just 6 weeks? And because I know how hard it is to lose weight. Not that I tried to lose weight before, but um, I just, like I knew from people around me, and I just decided to give it a try. And now that I've experienced it myself and gone through the whole program, or the 6-week program, I know that it works. And for people who are, skeptical, I would just say just to trust the process, give it a try, give it a go. And like it's fun. So like it's actually fun and it works. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Love it. You trust the process. That is on our client creed. Fight spells a creed that we always get everybody to remember. But slowly, hopefully, we'll indoctrinate it. But trust the process is one of them. So strong message, Anna. Congratulations on your transformation. But I always tell people the true transformation is the fact that maybe 6 weeks ago you were at a different place, and now you've transformed into a person who's focused, learned lots of takeaways, and who's really focused on their fitness and health. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah. I
Awesome.
have a question though, Joe.
Sure.
So what do I do to make sure I don't go back to the where I was 6 weeks ago? Like that's something I'm a little concerned about. Because knowing myself, I don't think I can completely cut out, like all the junk food that I'm not supposed to have.
Yeah, love it.
So I don't like I've talked to Mark about this too, but just want to hear your opinion.
Your post challenge, we're gonna issue you a post challenge meal plan. Did Mark give you that yet? So every challenger that comes on board, once they finish the 6 weeks, you get a post challenge meal plan. I'll make a note of it and make sure you get it. This is where we start to reintroduce some of the foods. Because what I always suggest to people is like 6 weeks, you can lose it. But in order for you to maintain it, you got to keep that weight for about 6 weeks for your body to level out.
You mean for another 6 weeks?
Yes. So if it took you 6 weeks to lose 5 pounds, in order for you to maintain it, you have to maintain it for 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. All right. So like I knew this was going to be, a long-term goal. But okay, good. So good to know.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great question. I'm glad we recorded that. Hopefully people got value from it. So, but I'm going to end the recording, and thank you so much, Anna, for your to sharing your
No
story.
problem.